This is a 52-inch Tyeb ceiling fan from the late 70s to early 80s. It is actually a flea market rescue. When I was a kid, probably about 5 or 6 years old, I saw this fan hanging in a booth at the local flea market here in Waco. Well, fast forward 15, 20 years, and I see the same fan in the same booth, and not quite as good condition as it was back then. This fan was originally white and brass. The switch housing was bright brass. The faceplate was bright brass, as were the brackets, the canopy, and the blades were about this shade, or this wood tone that you see here. But the brass finish had completely been weathered away. 2 of the brackets were broken off, and so the blades were gone with them. The other 2 brackets were sagging really bad due to the weight of the blades, and so those 2 couldn't be rescued. I had to strip, sand, or refinish the 2 blades that were left. The other 2 blades came off of a Loyal. It was another fan that I had to get rid of for whatever reason. Actually, they ended up being the same weight, so I can still run this fan balanced. Just the blade tips might look just a tiny bit different, but they work fine. This fan is variable speed. There is a rheostat knob. You cannot see it in the video, more than likely, and it is reversible. We'll go ahead and start it up for you. We'll start on low. And when, like a lot of these fans that have the cardboard box kind of variable speed control, they do hum quite a bit. This one's no exception. Nothing necessarily wrong with the fan. It's just kind of the way they were designed, and the hum is just a byproduct of that. And this hum here, so noticeable, it sounds almost like somebody playing a harmonica. But fan runs really well. Bearings in good shape. And I'll go ahead and start turning this up. Low is going to run about 40 RPM or so. I'll just keep talking about the fan while I progress it to its high speed. And the high on this thing is mind-blowing. And you'll see what I mean in just a second. But the finish you see on these blades is pretty close to what they originally were, kind of this honey oak. I finished the other side white, and then I coated all 4 of them with kind of, I think it was semigloss polyurethane. These, the brackets on this fan, the blade brackets, I had some bright brass ones. I went ahead and used those. They're pretty similar to what would normally be on this fan. We're approaching kind of a medium speed. Now, Tyeb was import from Hong Kong, and they are very, very common in Texas, and there are collectors on the forums that have otherwise never heard of them or seen them. So that's kind of interesting, especially for a design as common as this design. We're approaching what a normal high would be. But the design of this fan is very common. It started with the Casablanca Zephyr in the mid-70s, which was in turn based on an old GE fan. And this design right here was copied by a lot of the foreign fan manufacturers with just a couple of variations. I'll go ahead and turn it on high. High is going to run about 240 RPM, and that's just that's almost unbelievable for a residential fan. It blows quite a bit of air. Not all Tyebs will run this fast. Either the later ones ran probably 180, 190, maybe 200 if you're lucky. I'll go ahead and reverse it for you. The canopy on this fan is also not original. It originally had a bell canopy that had weathered too bad to save. And I went ahead and updated it to a ball and socket canopy, so you can now use this on a fan on slope ceiling. The fabric in the covering the vents up inside the motor is a replacement. And so I saved what I could on this fan, but a lot of stuff either had to be refinished, repainted, or replaced. And reverse might run just a tad bit slower than forward. Tyebs have a little bit of speed difference on high sometimes, but not too noticeable. We'll go ahead and turn it off. All in all, I'm pleased with the way this fan came out. I kind of like it. When I bought this fan, or I actually got it for free because the owners were more than happy to see me take it off their hands. I fixed it up, I did everything to it, and then I kind of took it back to my apartment in Dallas at the time. And, used it for several months, and it was time to move back, and it got put in storage. But I thought I'd get it out and mess with it a little bit. You see that I usually don't pay much attention to spin down time on these videos, but as you can see, it's taking its sweet time slowing down. The bearings are surprisingly in really good shape, especially for this fan sitting dormant for probably 20 years. But all in all, this is a good quality fan. This fan is probably going to be put up for sale pretty soon. If you're seeing this video freshly posted, probably posted on vintage ceiling fans, DT vintage fans. Always check those forums for good sales. I put fans on eBay and Craigslist pretty regularly, at least during the summer. And they just the old fans just are so much better than what's made today. And as you can see, this one sat in a flea market shed for the better part of 25 years, and as you can see, it still runs like the day it came out of the box. I don't know if any of the manufacturers today can make that kind of claim, but again, this has been a 52-inch Tyeb ceiling fan. And it is still slowing down. And while it's going to slow down to a stop, we'll just go ahead and say thank you for watching. Keep paying attention to the forums of my YouTube channel, and I'll have more videos to come as I get more interesting fans. Thanks a lot for watching.